T-Pop Insider magazine, and we have an exclusive interview today with Graham Goddard, artist, designer, and founder of Winery Mas. Make sure you guys tune in. What sets Winery Mas apart from the other bands?
Yeah, so one of the quintessential things about Winery Mas is we are the Bacchanal band, right?
Yes.
What's called the wild band, right? We love to get on bad. We love to express ourselves, and what I mean by that is on the road during the Hollywood Carnival, there are no inhibitions. We're jumping up, the flags are raising, and for us, I have at least attempted to push the boundary lines of allowing our community here in LA to free up and have a good time.
Yes.
And the reason for that is because what I've noticed is that in this part of the United States, most of our masqueraders, they don't really want to be out all half naked and any of that, right? They want to, they present themselves in a way where they are just naturally more covered up and more conservative. And I find that interesting because my sisters and brothers on the East Coast, they just like, hey, it doesn't matter. It's hot and we here,
it's hot,
right?
Yeah.
So, for me, I don't know if that resonates into the spirit of the people at all, but just in case, I'm like, let's just have a great time and pull off those layers of apprehension, right? Because sometimes I believe that, that apprehension is rooted in a fear of being judged. And LA, of course, is a town where people are being judged left and right.
Right.
So to be authentic and to find your true self, and especially if you happen to have roots in the Caribbean, if your parents were from the Caribbean or if your grandparents, right? There are a lot of people out here who they know their parents and grandparents and their ancestors are rooted in it, but they haven't really had a chance to embrace it. They would love to embrace it. Mm-hmm. They're just looking for that opportunity.
Yes.
So Winery is that opportunity, and I wouldn't say that it's very different from that respect from the other mass bands because they're doing a phenomenal job.
Right.
For me, what I've done is I've really pushed hard to make sure that this is a family.
Right.
And we hold each other tight and close. And for those who really want to get engaged, they really have an opportunity to say, okay, I have a group of people here who have a connection to each other, so I can hop in. And that makes the band really special because sometimes when the season of Carnival is finished, people just go their separate ways, right?
Right.
So, yes, so that's different with Winery. We're
I
a family.
love it.
It's family. Family all day.
That's right.
Yes.
So, what does the Carnival mean to you personally?
Carnival for me is about authenticity. So when I remember, I played Kiddies Carnival at Bishop's Nancy Jr. in Trinidad when I was about 5 years old. And they gave me a little hat and I was like a little lion. I remember it vividly. And I remember holding my father's hand going down the road, and the big truck wheels were huge like this because I was just a little baby, right? A little kid. And I remember seeing these colorful costumes, and this resonates in me, in my soul. This expression, this feeling, this experience of the gems, the colorful costumes, the vibrance of the people. So for Carnival, for me, this is more about the essence of the culture that I am so proud to be a part of, right? So for me, I honor, it's almost like when you know you are from an area, from a place in the world, you want to represent to the fullest. Like for example, I consider myself Trini American. If I go out to another country, mm-hmm. I am proud to be part of this environment here in America.
Yes.
I'm proud to be Trini, right? Mm-hmm. And sometimes you'll see people from Trinidad out there and we hug each other like we best friends and we don't even know each other, right?
Right.
And if I see Americans in another country, it's the same thing. It's all love because we're also an American family.
Right.
So I think that, there's something really special. And I by the way, I feel like all cultures do this, right? Around the world, you just appreciate your roots and where your family is from, where your bloodline is from, and so on. So for me, knowing that Carnival is part of this cultural tradition that my land has had, mm-hmm. and knowing that my grandparents did Carnival, they were on the trucks, they were jumping up, knowing that is part of
teaching us a couple moves.
teaching moves, and they were just I've seen pictures of my uncles and aunts in costume, and so there is an unintentional legacy of just celebration and of independence. And I think that's special for me, and I want to not just carry that on and carry that tradition, but there's a spirit of the people that lies in this. So for me, this isn't just about the costumes, right? This is about the spirit of a people. This is about what happens when you have a community of individuals who are united and come together, and there's a bond, there's a very real bond that can exist or can be diluted and can disappear over time. And as a community, we decide what we want to keep and what we want to shed, right? And most of our decisions are based off of, if this is something that's dear to us, are we having fun? Do we want to share it with our kids? Is it important to share with our children, right? And for me, this is so important just because it's a great time. And it is a form of expression that is irreplaceable. No other culture really does it like the diaspora. So why not, right? Why not express ourselves in our own way, just like the food, right? Just like the accents, just like the way we walk and talk and all that.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. How do you see Winery Mas preserving or evolving the Caribbean culture?
Honestly, I don't. I don't think about the future of Winery Mas in that way, because I'm so present in this moment to preserve it here for us now. Right now, it is so important for this to be authentic, and for me to just recognize that I am responsible for a gift that is not mine, right? This is a gift that we are giving to each other, right? So there's no one individual that is running this or controlling this. It is a family of people in the diaspora that come together and say, this is important to us. This is something that's special and critical for us to make sure that we keep ourselves, our culture alive. So if we do a great job for ourselves, and if this is authentic and pure, what will happen is that it'll continue on. There will be a legacy built, and that legacy is not something that we should even worry about. We don't even have, I believe that we, at least as an artist, I'm not concerned with that form of this part of history. I'm concerned with now. We're here now, we're here to turn up now and have a great time now. This is our moment, and this is our global moment. This is a global grouping of brothers and sisters, and we are all having this shared experience, about 9 billion of us, right? So in the different eras in history, they all had their moments. Some of them were full of war and strife. Some of them were full of innovation and trying to figure out how to evolve into, new horizons. Now, the global environment is so small. We are shrinking in terms of the borderlines, and we are growing in terms of innovation and technology. So what's happened now is that we have a beautiful gift full of peace, full of opulence, and full of tech that allows us to actually experience this life together in a way that has never been done in history before. So I'm like, let's take advantage now, because this is one of the most brilliant times in history to be living, right? So legacy is an afterthought to me, always.
I feel like, this day and age needs to do a little bit better on living in the present and bringing that type of energy to your day to day. And I find, and me as well, let me speak on behalf of myself, right? Like, I moved 3,000 miles away from home. But taking the time to be like, okay, look to see how far you've come, look to see what today has brought and where you're at right now. It really puts you in a different perspective. It does, because it's just like, okay, like you're worried about tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, but like today is so beautiful.
Absolutely.
It brought you 10 steps than where you were last week. So embrace that.
And I love that you're saying that, and embracing it is so important, especially in this 5-second environment that we're in with social media and with distractions all over the place. It's such a gift to have social media. Because in this day and age, we have the opportunity to see what our friends are doing right now if they're interested in sharing. That is such a unique thing that our ancestors didn't have the opportunity to do. If I have a crush on a girl all the way on the other side of the nation,
you gotta grab your horse.
Right, exactly. I had to grab my horse for like a week to try to go get her. Right? Now it's like, oh, she's on live and she's at a party and there's another guy hitting on her. So All right. So I'm out the game, right? At least I
leave my
know
horse
now.
at
I
home.
saved myself a week of the horse and carriage, right? So
Right.
it's really, this is a gift to be able to be in this 5-second generation, but at the same time, embracing the understanding that these are 5 seconds that you'll never get back.
Right.
So honor and cherish these moments that you have,
Right.
because one of the most devaluing things that this generation is currently struggling with is the understanding of our own time, right? There is a desensitization of the human being and the time that we have right now. A lot of us are we're working and we're making a living and we're spending a lot of time as if this is, almost recklessly, as if this is an opportunity where we have limitless time. And hopefully through innovations like AI, we'll have time more to ourselves. Hopefully this 5-day work week will turn into a 1-day work week, right? Hopefully some of the tasks that we have that are just a waste of time right now will be minimized through, tech.
Right.
But at the moment, we need to honor it.
Yes.
And so I love your idea of making sure that we embrace this moment, because once again, creativity is so much more brilliant, and it's so much deeper than just navigating through the business of art and navigating through a conversation in contemporary art. That as an artist myself, I have to remember that this is a really special opportunity to just express.
Right.
Whatever comes out of my spirit and this being, everybody else will get a chance to enjoy. But as artists, we need to be selfish in the sense of honoring this thing. And then if we honor ourselves first, hopefully whatever's produced will be appreciated. And if it's not appreciated and people don't like what you do, at the very least, you had a great time doing it.
That's right.
And that's what this is about. I feel like God would be smiling and shining upon something like that.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.